Hi everyone, this is Kathy Mamolen. I'm a psychic medium. Welcome to an unboxing of a new tarot deck that I'm adding to my collection today. This is the Painted Tarot. I'm really looking forward to taking a look at this deck. This is by a creator by the name of Sophie McKay Knight. It came in this little tuck box that it doesn't have any other, just has the name of the deck on the front. So this is an independent creator. So let me just share with you what came with the box. So it's just a little tuck box. Okay, little kind of, traditional tuck box. Okay, so not very protective, but it does the trick. So she sent me a couple little goodies in her package, which was nice. She gave me this little pin, which is a 2 of cups. I'm going to throw that into my golden bag of clarifiers, and it's kind of a perfect thing to add to my bag. So I will definitely put that to use. And then she gave me some other little images, a couple of postcards, which I will use as probably bookmarks. So I always love when they send you kind of little presents, it's just very nice. Okay, so let's take a look. I did unwrap the deck already. It does come with a little pamphlet. I'm just going to say pamphlet. It's not necessarily a guidebook. And it has just a little bit about each of the things with major arcanas, minors, and then it does have her website. I did buy this, I think, directly from her website, this particular deck. She is an independent, okay? So keep that in mind. But let's take a look. Now, I just want to show you, when I felt the deck initially, I can tell that it's a little bit wider than a traditional deck. I could just feel it in my hand. So here would be a scale of, this is the Radiant Wise Tarot, which is a pretty standard size tarot deck, and I use often. So this is, you can see that the length of the deck is the same, but there's probably a good 1/2 inch there in width that's a little bit wider. So I could immediately feel the difference in my hands. The second thing, the back of the deck is really kind of cool because it looks like a wooden floor, and it looks like it's her perspective looking down as an artist, like what underneath her paint easel looks like, with all the paint kind of droppings and just over the years collecting on the hardwood floor. And I think it's cool. I just think it's so, this is what an artist would see, right, when they look down. So I really liked that. I will tell you that. So the cardstock, it is a laminated or shiny, a little bit glossy, but not too glossy. And the cardstock's pretty sturdy. So it feels like a very nice deck. A little bit oversized, maybe a little hard to shuffle, but I'm sure I can overhand shuffle it, no problem. So let's start. So here is the Fool. I love these independent artists because they can take all 78 cards of a tarot deck and almost create this gallery of their artwork. And it's such a great way for them to, represent their own art and their own aesthetic. So I love this. This is the Alchemist, which is the Magician. I love the intensity of the colors. The colors are gorgeous. Here's the High Priestess. I also love that little bit of the extra width in the card is very charming. The proportion of the artwork on the card is very well done. The rounded corners are very is just a little detail that's, I think, very, very well done, only because of the extra width. I think it makes it charming. I also love the use of this artist's negative space. I noticed that right out of the gate. The negative space is all of the blue area in this card. So it's the space around the drawing, the unseen space. And it's just so fitting on these cards because they're borderless and they bleed, and that, that negative space is almost an image in and of itself. So that's something that you don't see often in artwork. So I do love that. Here's the Emperor. Such a beautiful sense of color, tonality. I do believe these are oil. Hierophant. I love that green and purple. Just so beautiful. Here's my Lover's card. It's my Chariot. Strength. Here is my Hermit. Here is my World. I love this Justice card. There's almost like an overlay of pentacles. Yeah, if you look at it close, there's almost a stamping feeling on top of the image, like a secondary layer of artwork. I'm going to put that in my favorites pile, only because I love that detail of the pentacles, and I just think that's beautiful. And she's got a sword, she's just got kind of all of the elements there. Here's my Hanged Man. This is a gorgeous Hanged Man also. It's my Death with the veil. That's very stunning also. My Temperance. I love the colors. The colors are like a blue, tealy, and green. The camera's picking it up more as purples, it looks like, but the colors are in that particular card are more like a blue, teal green. It's my Devil. Yikes. It's my Tower. This is pretty. It's my Moon. Again, there's that overlay pattern on top of her artwork. It's almost like she's got this added, like a lace, like as if you were to, do a stencil on top of a lace stencil. I mean, it's just really pretty, that overlay. I really am drawn to that. Okay, here's the Sun. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the energy in that card. Here's my Judgment. Sorry about the glare. Here's my Judgment. Here's my World. All right, this I love. It's almost as if she's a ballerina, like a ballerina pose. Look at the movement in her arms. I love that. That is so beautiful. That's stunning. And the way that the sword is going off the card in a diagonal. So many times we see that sword going up and off the card, and to see it, she's equally in power, holding it and in control, and the sword is going on a diagonal. I love that. It's the Two of Swords, and the swords are just very, very faint in her, up here in her hair. Just a little faint. My Three of Swords. Oops, I'm putting them in my favorite pile by mistake. I want to keep my favorite pile separate. Here's my Four. Here's my Five. Very dramatic, beautiful drawing. Here's my Six. My Seven. It's my Eight of Swords. I love the white and the gray and that little bit of pink, just this kind of splash of pink. I got to tell you, that is one of the prettiest Eight of Swords I've ever seen. That's a difficult card. It's my 9. It's my 10. Here's my page. Here is my Knight of Swords. Here's my Queen. Love this dove just kind of starting to come into her world. I love that. And here is the Knight. Very dramatic Knight. Here's my Ace of Wands. Again, that sense of movement. The way she's just arching her back and in control of her stance there. My 2. I love this card. This is my 3 of Wands. I love the movement in her hair. I love the wind blowing in her hair and her looking out at the horizon. And I just I just think that's stunning. Okay, and here's my 4, this happy future. Almost looks like a heart and, this connection, this ring of connection too. I love that. Here's my 5. My 6 of Wands. Seven of Wands. This is pretty. The colors are beautiful in this. 8. The change of direction, you can see that she's almost looking behind her like, should I go? It's almost a sense of her questioning the change of direction. Here's my 9. My 10. Look at the intensity in those eyes. I have a lot on my plate, right? When you look into those eyes, I have so much on my plate. It's my page. It's my Knight. I love the colors bleeding off they're just so pretty. They're so the artwork is so well proportioned in the layout of the actual card. Sometimes they throw on a border just to try to make it pull together. In this case, I feel like the bleeding off, the negative space, the proportion of the artwork onto the card, maybe that's why she selected them to be a little bit wider, just based on how she draws, that this is her, her scale of art. So here's my King. Here's my Ace of Coins. There's that overlay feeling again, that lace kind of element. Almost collage-y, but much more, very well done collage-y, if that's what she's done. 3. Here's my 4. I actually love this vertical position. I love that she's a little bit off center to the card, because I feel like that is all part of this sense of creating balance. Like if you look at the card, it's still in balance, but she's not on center and she's in a vertical position. I just love the kind of hidden meaning just with that vertical position of that four. Typically, you see the Four of Pentacles with somebody kind of sitting with their pentacles in their arms, underneath their feet, on their head. And to have it in a vertical is very pretty. Okay, here's my Five of Pentacles. Look at the kind of wild storm with the splashes of paint. My Six of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful faces, beautifully drawn, very talented. Seven. I love her palette also. Her palette is everything from, these, from a grayscale, a neutrality perspective to, very strong primary colors, and everything in between, but it balances, where was that, I'm just going to skip ahead. You throw in, a black and white card in a traditional deck, you're kind of like, whoa, where'd that go? But for some reason it balances in this deck. Here's my Eight of Pentacles. Look at the little hummingbird on this card. That is so beautiful. Nine. And then look at the impression of the next one coming in. There's one hummingbird here, and you can see that there's an impression of more to follow. Or that could even be, that they move so fast that they actually left their kind of energy in a pattern. You can kind of see the energy. So that is stunning. There's my 10. Here's my Page of Pentacles. My Knight. My Queen. I love that purple draping on her shoulder. That's pretty. All right, and then here's that's more high contrast with the monochromatic tone, right? Okay, here's my Ace of Cups. Almost like a bird. It looks like a dove coming up and out of that card, out of the cup. Again, that sense of balance is so pretty. And 2. Kind of looks like a heart. Their shoulders kind of create this heart shape. It's my 3 of Cups. It's my 4. My 5 of Cups. It's my 6. That's pretty. Here's my 7. Look at the colors in this vibrant kind of fuchsia with this aqua. Beautiful combination of colors. 8. I love the moon in that. 9. My 10 of Cups. It's my Page of Cups. It's my Knight. That's pretty. I love the tones. This is, it's got rose and kind of the seafoam green and kind of a taupey tone. I just love the tone of this card, and it's just very elegant, very pretty. That's going into my, I really like the tones on that card. And then here's my King of Cups. So let's just take a look at some of my favorites. So this is a very pretty deck. It really is. It's, oops, a little slippery there. Okay. So the Queen of Cups we loved. I thought that was elegant. I loved this because of the sense of balance. I loved the sense of standing tall and almost steering straight ahead, like determined, this determination feeling of wanting security, I guess, just beautiful. I loved the movement in her hair. I just thought that was so stunning. Just kind of this abstract oil painting or acrylics. I'm not sure what medium she uses. This, I loved the tones of this. I loved I mean, look at her eyelids just shut, taking a deep breath. And, when you look closely at her, she has all these little stars around her head. So almost this sense of daydreaming feeling. And, and at the same time, I'm trapped, right? I loved the movement in this card. I loved this graceful, form. The movement with the sword going off the card at that diagonal. I loved that. The sword is an extension, going back to this, the sword, the sword is an extension of her arm, one and of the same, just stunning. And then the Justice card, because what I liked about it was how she was doing this multi-medium, this kind of overlay of this, the pentacles and the sword, and, incorporating almost a drawing on top of a drawing. And it's just, I just thought it was stunning. I just thought it was stunning. I have to tell you, this is going to be one of my favorites. I feel really drawn to this deck. I think the artist is incredibly talented. I think the artist is incredibly talented. And this is the Painted Tarot. The Painted Tarot by Sophie McKay Knight. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so that you can follow me on some other channel activities, some pick a cards and daily psychic readings and daily messages. But thank you for following me, and I hope that you enjoyed the Painted Tarot as much as I did. And I'm going to be adding this to my collection today. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.